right.
Dolly Parton once said, "They portray mountain people like they are all these dumb barefoot hillbillies. I think country people are the smartest people in the world, and I've been everywhere." What do you think of when you think of Appalachian people? Is it the stereotype of poor, uneducated mountain folk, or do you see them as more than that? If it's the former, I hope to change your minds about that. Appalachian people are resourceful, industrious, and artistic, despite what negative stereotypes might have you believe. I was interested in learning more about the Appalachian culture because I've always loved to visit East Tennessee. My daughter now lives in Oak Ridge, and once when I visited, she took us to the Museum of Appalachia in nearby Clinton, Tennessee, and it was a really interesting place, and I would encourage you all to go. Today I'm going to discuss the effects of poverty on how the Appalachian people are perceived, followed by the cultural significance of their traditional cuisine, and finally how their art is not only beautiful but also serves a purpose. First, I'm going to discuss poverty in the region. So why are Appalachian people so often stereotyped as dumb hillbillies, when nothing could be further from the truth? The main reason is poverty. Multi-generational poverty has led to a lack of resources, a lack of formal education, and a lack of opportunities. According to Appalachian Regional Commission, the poverty rate in Appalachia is 16.3%. Compare that to 14.6% for the rest of the United States, and you can see how prevalent poverty is in the area. Poverty may be a challenge in Appalachia, but it also highlights how resourceful the people can be. This is especially true when it comes to their traditional regional cuisine. Many traditional Appalachian foods consist of ingredients that can be grown locally, such as corn, beans, and greens, or foraged like ramps, wild mushroom, and pokeweed. Mark Sohn, author of Appalachian Home Cooking, History, Culture, Recipes, explained pawpaws, squirrel, pike, morel mushrooms, black walnuts, corn, beans, and greens were common. Native Americans, such as the Cherokee, had been cultivating crops long before European colonizers arrived. Native Americans taught settlers their methods and showed them which crops would grow best in the rocky soil of the mountain region. Corn was one of the main crops, leading to cornbread becoming a staple in the region. Native Americans also showed settlers how to forage. Many of those foraged foods are still popular today. Ramps, which are a wild onion, are only found in the Appalachian region. Mushrooms, greens, and walnuts can also be found growing wild in the forests. Although some of the methods may seem outdated, they are still practiced by many Appalachian people today. Traditional meals such as soup beans, cornbread, chicken and dumplings, and ramps and greens are still popular, but they can also help bridge the gap for those experiencing food insecurities. Finally, I want to talk about Appalachian art. Appalachian folk art was born of necessity, but it's also undeniably beautiful. According to BlueRidgeMountainsTravelGuide.com, hand-sewn quilts, pottery, baskets, and woodwork are proudly displayed in homes as decorations, but they were also functional. Natural materials and dyes, such as walnut hulls and indigo, were used to make everything. In more modern times, traditional folk art is often used to generate income for the people of Appalachia. The craftsmanship and artistry is still there, but it has more of a decorative purpose now rather than a practical one. As you can see, the Appalachian people are intelligent and creative despite the negative stereotypes about people in that region. Today I've discussed the effects of poverty on Appalachian people and the significance of their traditional food and folk art. I hope that by showing you some examples of the artistry and intelligence of the Appalachian culture, that you may view them as the complex people that they are. And as usual, Dolly was right.
Yes, she is.
Now, did you know